Right, we are back from our trip. We were away for 5 weeks, and we're back in Howick. We come back to glorious weather, lovely weather here in Howick. So just a quick recap. So this is the final episode of our Tanquet trip, we called it. And from the last episode, we just come slowly up the coast, up the Indian Ocean, up the east coast from Cape Town, and we just have a bit of footage of. We went to the southernmost tip of Africa, which is quite interesting, so you'll enjoy that. That's at Cape Agulhas and at Strace Bay. So that's quite good. And then we just show you a bit of footage from each campsite that we had. Nothing too exciting, but just some nice sunsets, some nice sunrises, and a bit of a chat. And then, yeah, so enjoy it, man. Enjoy the series. And at the end of this, we'll catch up with what we're going to do next. So enjoy. Right, so when we left Cape Town, we've been wanting to do this drive for a while. We have done it before, but the last time we wanted to do it, we did it from the other side, and unfortunately it had been washed away and the road was closed, so we couldn't do it. We had to come over Sir Lowry's Pass. But this time when we left Cape Town, we did this, and it's called Clarence Drive. It's about 21 k's of coastal road from Cape Town. It's from Gordons Bay, actually, just outside Cape Town, and it hugs the coast all the way along the Indian Ocean, and it ends at Roy Else, a little town on the coast. It is absolutely magnificent. In our books, it's got to be one of the most scenic drives probably in South Africa and possibly even the world. It sort of hugs False Bay. You can see False Bay there, and across you can see Cape Town if you look carefully there under the clouds, and it hugs the I think it's the Hottentots Holland Mountains. But a spectacular drive for anyone if you're in that area. Once again, we decided to visit the most southerly tip of the African continent and the most southerly tip of South Africa. It's at a place called Cape Agulhas, and here you can see us at the point where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Indian Ocean at the point of Africa. It's normally very windy there, but it's quite an experience and definitely a good bucket list. Always a great experience and a great opportunity. So this is a sort of giant representation of the African continent. You can see Donna trying to keep a balance on the southern tip there of Africa and falling into the Indian Ocean.
Hi all, look at this gorgeous view. We're here at Strace Bay, which is really on the southernmost tip of the African continent. Looks like we're going to be in for a lovely sunset, and we're just going to have a quick braai. Babe, are you ready with your beers?
Yeah.
What are you tasting tonight?
So, you remember earlier on in the episode, we stopped off at the Darling Brewery, and we bought some beers. So tonight I'm going to try this Godfather Darling Brew. It says here it's a resinous, fruity hops combined with spicy rye and caramel sweetness. Like, as you guys know, I don't taste that stuff. I just taste if it's a good beer or not. And what I'm going to do, this one here is the Rogue Pony. This is a pale ale, and I'm a fan of pale ale. So That's going to be good. It says here,
So you're doing 2 tonight?
yeah, bitterness and light fruity tones, malt and hops in perfect balance. But they look pretty cool, hey?
Cool, yeah.
So I'm going to try those, and then we're going to. I'm not going to do a taster. I'm not going to do a taster for you guys because I'll be honest with you. After a long day, I yet have to open any beer in the world and have a sip, and it doesn't taste good. So I'll tell you what I'll do. In the future, what I'll do is I'll tell you if a beer is bad. You'll hear from me if it's bad, but otherwise I'm just going to enjoy these beers, and that's it. Yeah, I bought the Stanley mug from Stanley in Cape Town, and I'm looking so forward to trying it. It keeps it cold, ice cold. It's got like a double layer. It's a beer mug, and I'm looking forward to that. So
Well, they say your first sip of beer and your last sip of beer is as cold as
is that
when
what
you
they
started.
say?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. It's even got like a lid thing you can put on there. So they say the beers stay ice cold. So let's see. All right. Yeah. And then tonight we're just going to do pork chops on the braai and Donna's famous garlic rolls. And then tomorrow.
And I've made a salad. We've got to stay healthy.
Yeah. And then tomorrow we're going to try and head up towards Mossel Bay somewhere. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you tell them that we're on the most southern
Yes, I
tip
did.
of Africa?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I woke up nice and early for the dawn here at Strace Bay, which, as you know, now is sort of on the southern tip of Africa, and just look at the sunrise and this dawn breaking onto the African continent. Actually, quite spectacular. The colours that you see, absolutely amazing and vibrant. We stopped off here for the night in Wilderness. At another Sandparks campsite called Ebb and Flow. It's in Wilderness, as I said, on the garden route, and it's on, I think it's called the Tow Rivier, the Tow River. So we're just going to have a braai, some boerewors, and settle in for the night. Got the braai going, and all is good. All is good in Africa. Just outside of Wilderness, we were told to come up the Howick Pass and find this little coffee shop, which apparently has the best cheesecake in the world. And then we saw this little sign here, for those that know, for those that can read. Welcome to Hoekville, to Cookville. Die beste koek op die hoek. Anyway, so we're waiting for them to open, and then we're going to go and give them a sample.
What are you up to?
Hello.
Hello.
Grooming myself.
For who?
For you. So here we are at a campsite in Jeffreys Bay. Jeffreys Bay on the Indian Ocean. It's the surfers will know it. It's like a surfer's paradise. I think it's known like one of the best surfing spots in the world, actually. So we had at a nice campsite on the beach, a nice desolate beach, and you can hear the sea in the background. Well, not in the background, the foreground. But yeah, we're going to spend tonight here, and then tomorrow we are going to head off to Yellow Sands in East London, I think, and spend a night there. So let's hope the waves keep us sleeping well tonight. All right, well, today we drove from Jeffreys Bay on the Indian Ocean, and we drove up to East London, and we are currently in a campsite called Yellow Sands. And again, we found our spot on the beach. We've got a wonderful view. We've got the sound of the ocean, and looking forward to a good night. So the lull of the ocean again. So we're going to get the braai going, put some meat on the braai, have a nice cold beer, and life is peachy. So I'm not sure if you guys will remember, but our first night of this trip, when we left Howick and we came to Maclear, we stopped off at this caravan park called Tortoni in the Maclear forest here. Absolutely stunning. And now, strangely enough, it's our last night before we head back to Howick, and we left Yellow Sands in East London this morning, and we've made it through back to the same Tortoni. So we're going to be camping out tonight, and we'll make a start tomorrow morning, and we'll head back to Howick, and then we'll catch up on our arrival back home. So here's to a good night, chilling, listening to ducks, and just relaxing. And just like that, the trip is over. We're back in Howick. Now the unpacking begins. Nice to be back on the farm though. So we're going to unpack and then give the buffalo a good wash and a clean up. It goes in for a service next week. And then I'm preparing for another trip, probably down to Route 62, maybe the garden route again with my brother. He's going to bring his van. And we're going to have a good trip. But first, we've got to do some voting and make sure we steer this country in the right direction. Right, so that's it, guys. That's our final episode of our Tankwa trip. I hope you enjoyed it, man. So now what's next on the agenda? We're going to go back to Margate next week and go and do our voting. All of you better be voting. We need to vote. And yeah, then after that, I'm coming back up, and my brother and I are going to go and do a trip. We're going to go down Route 62, go and do some wine routes down there. He's going to come in his camper van. I'm going to go alone in the truck. So we'll leave Donna here, and yeah, and then afterwards, when we get back, Donna and I need to discuss where we're going next. We're looking, but we'll keep you advised. We're looking maybe at Mozambique. We've also got Namibia on our radar, so yeah, stay tuned and we'll definitely keep you guys in. But listen, thanks for following, and if you want to stay tuned in and you want to find out where we are, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video all over. Enjoy.